In the wild kingdom, survival is never a granted privilege. It is a bloody, endless war. The throne does not belong to the strongest, but to those who know how to manipulate space, coordinate as a pack, and master tactics. As life sources are gradually stifled, instincts rise to the surface in the most brutal clashes for sovereignty. Explore nature's predatory matrix and witness how life resiliently persists on the fragile boundary between life and death. Under heat approaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit, the African savanna transforms into a land that scorches life. Most terrestrial hunters are forced to retreat into the shade to conserve their energy. But at the murky water's edge of African rivers, another confrontation is about to explode. Where the strength of a land predator collides directly with the tyrant of the deep. The Nile crocodile. Hidden beneath the murky water, it patiently waits for the moment prey ventures too close to the riverbank. And then, a lightning-fast lunge. Jaws with a bite force of 3,700 pounds per square inch snap shut like a steel trap, capable of crushing almost anything trapped inside. But this time, its opponent is not an antelope or a zebra. It is a lion. When the crocodile launches its full body onto the shore to attack, the advantage of the underwater ruler begins to disappear. On dry ground, its speed and agility quickly diminish before the hunters of the grasslands. The lions immediately coordinate to surround it. They do not charge straight into the crocodile's massive jaws, but constantly move around blind spots to distract and disorient their opponent. Facing pressure from multiple directions at once, the prehistoric monster is completely outmatched. The lionesses are the primary hunting force, taking on almost all ambushes and encirclements on the grassland. But even with perfect tactics, their success rate for hunts is only about 30%. Because on the savanna, every hunt is a life or death gamble. Today, the arena for these predators is gradually shrinking. Grasslands are being divided by roads and settlements, while water sources and prey are becoming increasingly scarce. And as the space for survival continues to be squeezed, the battles on the savanna also become more ferocious than ever. On the savanna, lionesses do not operate merely as high-speed pursuers. They establish an ambush system based on exploiting the visual blind spots of the sparse woodland terrain. The movement of a buffalo herd is a stream of biomass with immense inertia. Every movement of the hunters is synchronized, closing physical distance without causing any acoustic waves on the ground. The herd structure of the buffalo is an armored defensive barrier, where mature individuals always surround the young in the center. To penetrate this network, lions never attack the wall of horns directly. They use flanking tactics, disrupting the flow of movement to force an individual to separate. Once a break in the herd structure occurs, the kinetic energy of the entire prey group is neutralized, leaving only a direct confrontation between the lion and the isolated target. The battle now is a tug-of-war between the lion's mechanical pulling force and inertia. The lioness tries to hold on tight with her front claws, using her entire body weight to pull the prey off balance. However, the buffalo possesses a sturdy horn structure that acts as a counter-leverage, creating an impulse force sufficient to deform the skeletal structure of the predator instantly. Once the prey is under control, the pride immediately enters the stage of sharing their life source. Food is distributed according to the hierarchy within the pride, ensuring the most important individuals receive energy first. This is not just a meal. It is how the entire pride maintains its existence in the fiercely competitive environment of the savanna.
Yeah.
Let us leave the African grasslands to arrive at the vast Pantanal wetlands. In this place, where the boundary between water, mud, and dense forest is always changing, a predator ruling the shadows is silently moving: the jaguar. This is a big cat species possessing the densest muscle in the Panthera family, born for ambushes at extremely short range. Unlike cheetahs that depend on bursts of speed across open grasslands, the jaguar utilizes the muddy terrain and dense vegetation to approach its target in absolute silence. Their most fearsome power lies not in holding on to the prey for too long, but in an extremely precise and powerful bite. While many big cats target the throat to suffocate their target, the jaguar often strikes directly at the head of the prey. Their jaws can generate a bite force of approximately 1,500 pounds per square inch, strong enough to penetrate even the tough, armored skin of many reptiles. In this wild nature, just a single moment of negligence can cost one its life. The jaguar pins the caiman down with all its muscular strength, step by step neutralizing the opponent's ability to resist beneath the murky water. As the Pantanal wetlands gradually dry up, fish and caimans are driven into the small patches of water that remain. Food sources are dwindling. Encounters are becoming more dangerous. For the jaguar, the disappearance of water and mud also means the loss of its most important ambush advantage. And as the wetlands vanish, the balance of the entire ecosystem gradually disappears along with them. In the high latitudes of Alaska, survival is coordinated by an extreme temperature variable, plunging as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Life cycles in this region are compressed into a brief period, where every creature must execute the code for preparing for an 8-month-long hibernation. Denali National Park, with its peak reaching 20,310 feet, acts as a wind-blocking fortress, creating microclimates where biological machines execute energy exchanges between the explosive summer and the stagnant winter. Deep within the taiga forest systems, the North American beaver operates as a specialized hydraulic engineer. It uses specialized incisors to fell trees, constructing barriers that impede natural streams. This mechanism does not serve a mere building purpose. It is an architectural algorithm designed to transform narrow valleys into large, expansive ponds. These ponds serve as thermal fortresses, protecting the beaver family from external threats and maintaining a submerged food source throughout the frozen winter. The beaver's dam building not only alters the river's flow, but also triggers changes in the entire surrounding ecosystem. The still waters they create quickly attract fish, waterfowl, frogs, and many other creatures to settle and live there. These wetlands also help retain water, stabilize soil moisture, and maintain habitats for countless microorganisms within the taiga forest. Through its instinctive behaviors, the beaver has unintentionally become an ecosystem engineer, contributing to the reshaping of the entire natural environment around it. Within the ecological matrix of the taiga forest, the American black bear operates as an optimal, opportunistic resource gatherer. Its core weapon lies not in bite force or sprinting speed, but in a sophisticated chemical sensing system. The black bear's olfactory structure possesses a density of scent receptors 7 times greater than that of a dog, allowing it to precisely locate calorie sources from several miles away. This olfactory data scanning capability turns it into an optimization expert, exploiting resources from plants to carrion without wasting kinetic energy on pursuits. In the Alaskan wilderness, the black bear usually avoids confrontations with larger and stronger opponents. Upon recognizing a power disadvantage, it quickly retreats and utilizes its climbing ability to escape into the high tree canopies. This is a survival strategy that helps the black bear avoid injuries that could render it incapable of surviving in the wild. Before the freezing season arrives, the black bear is forced into a frantic energy stockpiling phase. It eats continuously for many hours each day, rapidly accumulating fat under its skin to prepare for the harsh winter ahead. That energy source not only helps keep the body warm, but also maintains life when the bear enters months of hibernation with almost no eating or activity. During 7 to 8 months of hibernation, all of the black bear's biological algorithms enter a state of controlled freezing. The heart rate slows down, metabolic activities drop to a minimum, while the accumulated fat layer becomes the sole life source sustaining the body. What is extraordinary is that despite not eating, drinking, or moving for several months, the black bear can still retain most of its muscle mass and strength. It is one of the most incredible survival mechanisms of nature in extremely cold regions. In these harsh, frozen lands, life does not operate through explosive power, but through the ability to endure the cold and food scarcity over long periods. In such an environment, the gray wolf becomes one of the most dominant predators. They live and hunt in packs, with each individual assuming a specific role in the hunt and in territorial defense. They live and hunt in packs, with each individual assuming a specific role in the hunt and in territorial defense. This coordination allows the wolf pack to control vast territories and thrive in one of the most unforgiving environments on the planet. The gray wolf is not only an apex predator of the tundra, but also plays a role in maintaining the balance of the entire ecosystem. They often target individuals that are old, injured, or slow within the ungulate herds. In doing so, the wolf pack helps control prey populations and removes less adapted individuals from nature. This contributes to maintaining stability for the grasslands, sparse forests, and the entire ecosystem where they reside. The gray wolf's hunt does not rely on explosive speed, but on persistence and patience. They continuously track the prey through the cold ice and snow, step by step causing the target to slow down and gradually lose its strength. And when the prey no longer has the energy to resist, the entire pack rushes in to finish the hunt. In the ecological world, survival is not controlled only by armored bodies or massive biological size. Sometimes, the right to survive is solved through microscopic calculations. The serval cat possesses a body mass of only around 14 kilograms, barely a fraction of a lion's weight. But it is equipped with the longest leg-to-body ratio among all wild cat species. The predator's auditory system begins scanning the surrounding environment. Its ears rotate constantly, capturing even the faintest sounds hidden within the grasslands. From subtle rustling inside the bushes to movements almost impossible to detect beneath the ground. Every signal can become a clue leading to prey. The hunting equation is now activated. Every movement becomes a precise calculation of distance, attack angle, and timing. The predator's body slowly lowers towards the ground. While every muscle fiber tightens, preparing to release its full power in the decisive moment. The hunt begins in absolute silence. The predator slowly closes the distance, waiting for the perfect instant to strike. Then, within a fraction of a second, all silence is shattered by speed, power, and nature's unforgiving battle for survival. The hunting success rate of this predator can reach nearly 50%, far higher than most hunters across the savanna. Every attack is executed with speed, precision, and the lowest possible energy expenditure. On those brutal grasslands, sometimes even the smallest miscalculation is enough to decide who survives. Nature operates as a massive survival network, where every species contributes to maintaining the planet's balance. But today, that balance is gradually being broken. A warming climate is causing rivers to shrink, grasslands to dry up, and water and prey sources to become increasingly depleted. When habitats shrink, the battles for survival become more ferocious than ever. Nature does not collapse because of competition among species. It collapses when the balance disappears. Protecting nature is not just about protecting one animal species, but about preserving the ecosystem in which we all coexist. Because if the final wild lands disappear, What remains will only be silence.